Okay guys, turn 2 starts now. Initiative roll. 19 against 14. Predators are starting once again. Start of turn 2. I have removed all the activation tokens and I have chosen as the Predator player to activate squad number 3, positioned over there. And I'm gonna start by revealing the tokens voluntarily, because I have some special moves planned. And here we are. I know that this one's fake. And this one's a fake. This fella is now on the board. I am now going to be performing some leadership tests to activate sentry mode on some of these ranged marines. First up, gonna be activating this guy. I'm removing the token and using the sergeant's leadership of 15 to see if he can activate. Okay, 15 or lower to get a shot on a predator. It is successful. The ranged attack is gonna be a U4 firebomb launched at the predator's site, and I'm gonna use a small explosion template in lack of other directions in the descriptions. So I'm going with the smallest grenade type. And it's gonna be the inner circle centered over the predator, and we will see how the shot goes. And to use the U4 firebomb launcher, we are gonna burn a resource card to activate its ability. The firebomb launcher gets a -2 penalty for the range, so he's left with 11 in ranged kill. It's a miss. We will work out the scattering next. Now we're going to determine the scattering of the firebomb, and you place the template over the target with the number 1 facing towards the attacker. So we roll d20 and see what direction it's going to be. We get 18. The 18 roll of the scatter means it's going to scatter towards us at the 10 mark. So let's see the range. The range of scattering is a d20 divided by 4. Scatter roll 5. Even though the shot scattered, it's still in range for the predator. It's just right about over 1 inch scattering range. So it's 8. Okay, the firebomb has a strength 14, giving my predator's armor a minimum defense of 10 left to protect. So 10 and below to save the first wound. It's a 1. It's a save. But the critical force option makes it that the armor only is resolved on the first wound, so the other wound goes through, but I'm gonna use the heal ability of the predator to save it. Heal 4. Nope. A wound. This blooded predator is down to 3. I'm gonna mark this guy with a white cube to let me know that he has used his shooting action for the coming turn, so he can only move. And I'm not gonna have the smart gunner use his sentry action yet, because he's behind 3 pieces of cover, which would make his attack a lucky shot, and only a natural roll of 1 is what's going to be required to hit it in the first place. So I'm going to save that one and instead use leadership tests on these 2 miniguns to try to shoot him. First minigunner to use his sentry, leadership 14. That is a successful attack. I'm gonna be burning 1 more resource card to use his minigun ability to get +2 rate of attack, so he is up to 5. So yeah, 5 shots into the predator. And with the penalty of both the long range and being in cover, it's gonna be -6 to his range skill to hit, leaving him with 8. First shot. It's a miss. Second shot. It's a miss. Third shot. It's a miss. Fourth. A hit. Weapon strength brings down predator armor to 12. Oh, that's definitely a fail. Heal 4. Nopes. A wound. Down to 2. Left. This is looking grim. Last shot from the minigunner. It's a miss. Marking him as having attacked this turn and removing the other sentry token to have a leadership test for the last sentry. Leadership 14. It's a successful attack. Once again, burn a card to make 5 rate of attacks. And 5 shots, I need 8 to hit. First shot, a hit. Armor save of 12. Saved. Second shot. Miss. Third. Miss. Fourth. Ooh, that's bad. Deactivated. He still gets his 5th shot though, because even if you are deactivated by a natural 20 roll, you get to finish the action you have started. So, last shot. A miss. So, since the second minigunner got a fumble roll, I'm gonna mark him as being activated, even though he has only used his sentry this turn. So, my intentions here is to use his shuriken, and with a short-ranged burst it gives me 3 rate of attacks. I'm gonna put 2 of those into the closest one behind the box, and to the back left of him is gonna be my secondary target, who will receive 1 shot. And the modifiers to my range skill will be -4 for being in cover, but it's in optimal range for the shuriken, so 2 hits into the closest marine with the box. So to hit I need an 11 or less. First hit, it's a miss. Second hit, it's a hit. My armor as a marine player is gonna be 21, and the weapon strength of the shuriken is 9, so I need 12s to save this with my armor. It's saved! The last target now, my last shot with the shuriken. He has both the advantage of long range and cover, so -6. It gives me 9 to hit. It's a miss. And as the Predators gets 3 action points, my first range attack is one of them. My second activation is gonna be a charge action, which only costs 1, so I will charge the closest. So I'm gonna charge up on the box to get advantage from elevation when doing close combats. There we go. So in order to get the bonus for the charging from height, I need to also jump down. So since I'm a Predator with size 1, it's no difficulty at all to just have a free jump down to base-to-base contact, or at least being within weapon range. The only requirement is that the phasing is the same as the charge, so I can't be charging to the further side of the marine. So +4 to my first CC skill test. The next up will be the melee phase. First of 4 wrist blades attack. The first attack unmodified because of the jumping against the increased defense from Stay Frosty skill. So 15 CC check. It's a hit. Armor save against strength 13. It's a miss, so it's a wound. I'm just gonna take the wound because he's gonna have 3 more attacks on this poor marine anyway, so he's removed as a casualty. I believe this way of sacrificing my marine friend has made it possible for the rest of my sentry guys to shoot the unengaged model before he makes his follow-up move, which is supposed to happen at the end of his close combat activation. Okay, leadership test for a regular marine to have him shoot in sentry. Using the sergeant bonus, so leadership 15. Passes. I'm gonna burn a resource card to give him another rate of attack in this turn. So he has 2 shots with his pulse rifle, and it's gonna be -4 for cover, but no penalty for range. Okay, 2 shots. The modifiers that I forgot, the first times where that range attacks against the predators size 1 gets bonus 1 to their skill to hit. So that means that the 13 range skill of the Marine gets reduced to 10 instead of 9. It's a miss. Second shot. Hit. Strength 10 makes the Predator armor 14. Saved. I'm gonna mark him as having used his range attack, and moving on to leadership tests of the Smart Gunner. Let's see how it goes. Leadership 15 for the Sergeant. Oh, that's not good. It's a fail. Last up, I'm gonna move the Predator 3 inches towards the nearest enemy and as his follow-up. And this is at least gonna tie him up in engaged. So there's a risk of firing into the engaged model. That was the end of the Predator's first activation, but a lot of things were happening, so we will see how the following turn for the Marines will go.